Hello and welcome. This is Ryan Hayworth. As you can see, I have a screenshot here showing my 648 subscribers. I know it's not a huge milestone, but for me, it's quite amazing how you guys want to subscribe and watch and see the things that I'm putting out in videos. So today we're going to do another Illustrator tutorial, but before I do, I just wanted to, again, thank you. You're wonderful. I remember in June, I think it was the 17th or so, I was talking to my daughter, and I had 318 subscribers, and she hadn't subscribed yet. So anyway, she subscribed, and now I've got double that. So thank you guys. You've been wonderful. And I'm going to work on getting content out more regularly, various topics. But anyway, here's this video. We're going to look at the live, or excuse me, it used to be called the live trace function. Now it's the image trace in Illustrator CC. So as you see here on the screen, I've got two of the exact same image, one on the left, one on the right. And what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to compare how long it takes to, one, do the image trace and then clean up any problems that occur from the image trace. And then two, I'm going to work on creating the other image using the drawing tools in Illustrator. So here we go. So I'll start with the one on the left. That, as you can see, is embedded. So it is this radioactive symbol. The other one is exactly the same file. I'm going to go to high fidelity photo. Ignore that. And it's going, it's clustering, it's trying to create the image. If my wife were here, she would be doing the Jeopardy final Jeopardy theme music. Anyway, so buffering, curve fitting done. Okay. Now, in order to manipulate it, we're going to expand. And as you can see, let's zoom in. Oh, excuse me, wrong zooming tool. Let's zoom in. We've got some rounding on the corners, which does not make for a precise logo or precise graphics. We can see some bunching here in the circle on the inside. That doesn't make for a clean image. And that, well, we've got some weird coloring over here. Anyway, so I would set about to correct this, but I want to compare that with what it takes for doing the, excuse me, I need 140. There it goes. To compare correcting these problems. So first grab this in here. We'll go, looks about right there. Tie it in. Tie it into the path. Combine those two shapes. Three shapes. That is just weird there. And unfortunately, it's still not going to be perfect. What did it do there? What's this? cleaning up. What is that attached to? Can't seem to get, it's a handle. That's multiple anchors? Why can't I remove the point? Oh, because there's another one behind it. Yeah, I'm just, it would take forever to try and get this cleaned up. You can see it's made these little curved shapes over here, which don't really help the true shape. Oops, too many. And remove, remove, remove. Now the curve is off. Yeah, this is not, as you can see, this is not going well. In order to clean up this shape to make a nice, perfect, low point graphic where there are fewer points, more accurate corners and things like that. That was with the high fidelity photo option. So maybe we'll try some of the other options. Okay, let me delete this whole shape, copy this one over, paste in place, and we'll try, let's try 3 colors. That way maybe it will reduce the number of colors that it, or shapes that it adds and includes, thinking that there may be some sort of variation in this. So here we go. And go. So this will be interesting to see if we get a better logo, a better image here with fewer vector points and paths and extra paths than with the high fidelity. You would assume that high fidelity would be the best because, of course, it's high fidelity, and that's what fidelity is all about, the best detail and the best image. It's taken about as long. Clustering, boundaries, paths, curves. Let's take a look. We've got bad corners where instead of coming to a crisp point, they have these curves. We see that out over here. We see it over here. So on the right, what we're going to do is draw it out. So first thing I'm going to do is make a new layer. I'm going to lock the bottom layer so I don't move the image around accidentally. I'm going to get that color. So we've got that yellow color. And next I'm going to grab the marquee tool. I'm going to make a perfect square. And it is an 8.5 by 8.5 inch square, which is what the original was. We're going to lock and hide that layer. Going to grab a new layer. Whoops, not twice, just one. One is sufficient. Get that black color in my foreground. Then we're going to go to the ellipse tool. I have Smart Guides on, as you can see. Whoops, wrong menu. Smart Guides on, which is Control U or Command U. And I'm going to constrain around the center of this inner circle and lock it to there. And it matched up to this one, so it'll be comparable to that. I think I actually want to go just a touch bigger because I think that image was wrong because of the image trace function there. So we've got a perfect circle there in the middle. We're going to copy and paste in front. Copy was Control or Command C. Paste in front is Control or Command F. Change to my direct select or my selection tool with V. Going to hold down and constrain using Shift and Option or Alt so that I can get to the point where that next circle would meet. Then I'm going to do copy in again. So Command C, Control C on a PC, and I'm going to paste behind. So while this is still selected, if I do Command B or Control B, that will give me the image behind, and we're going to constrain again with Shift and Alt until we reach right about there. And now you see we've got these two circles, this one and this one. Select just by holding down Shift and click on the front smaller one here in the center. And then I need my Pathfinder tool. So Pathfinder is right there. We're going to do minus front, which should clear out a donut hole right here in the middle. So now what I want to do is hit this, select this circle here in the middle and cut. I'm going to remove it completely. It still looks like it's there because I have that back image still turned on. I'm going to leave that turned off. Turn on my yellow layer so that I can see this image here. Let's go with the line tool. We're going to change the stroke, and you can either do Shift X to change the stroke to this black color that I had from the circle, or you could have hit these arrows. Alright, so we're going to make a straight vertical line, and it doesn't matter where it is as long as it is centered to this donut. So I'm going to hold down Shift and hit Select for that, and then I'm going to horizontal align center, vertical align center. Great, now they're both centered. I think I may have moved it off of the original circle though, so there's two ways to do this. Either constrain it to this. Actually, here, we'll just turn that, move that yellow. We'll go align to artboard, and it is there. Now it's perfectly aligned. So click off, and then we'll click back on, or we could have select Shift, clicked on that donut. All right, now I only have the line selected. So what I'm going to do is come over to my rotate tool, which is R, and I'm going to rotate the first one 30 degrees, and that puts it here. It was, remember, straight vertical. So next what I want to do is double click the rotate tool again, but this time I want to change to 60 degrees, and I want to hit copy. So now we have the original one that we had here, and then we have our copy, and we'll hit Control or Command D to duplicate that. Next, we can select everything, making sure that our yellow layer is not selectable. And then we're going to come down here to divide. And divide will cut out the shapes that we need. So let's grab the Q for the lasso tool, and we can go inside there, get rid of all those. Hit delete twice or backspace twice to get rid of those. And I'll do the same for this area and over in this area. If you don't know where you should select, you can go ahead and hit Control or Command Y to see the outlines. And basically I'm just selecting alternate areas so that will leave. We've got a black section, and a missing section now, a black section, a missing section, a black section, all the way around. So if you recall, we had a small circle in the middle, and I cut it out. So Control or Command X was what I did, so I'll just do Command F to paste in place. And we will group this with our yellow background, And that should make our nuclear radiation symbol. To take a look at how it compares to the other one, let's zoom out a little bit. There you go. Close these panels. And so here we have perfectly cornered shapes. There are perfectly rounded arcs on our circle. On the other parts of the symbol, we have a minimum number of shapes and a minimum number of points, and it honestly didn't take very long at all. This one, the original, let's go back and unlock that. The original that image trace throughout, again, has extra points. The high fidelity one gave us extra shapes. So if you have a simple image, it is possible to be faster than image trace can get you to a good quality image. And again, it all depends on what you need it for, how fast you need it, and your ability. You may not be as experienced with Illustrator. In those cases, you may get by with the image trace. So get out there and do your own comparison, see which you prefer for whichever purpose you're using. I have another video on using image trace where I create the iconic President Barack Obama Hope poster. Well, using a photo, I get a similar look to it. And you can see that on my channel. I'll post a link in the description. Thank you guys. And again, thanks so much for subscribing and watching my videos. I will talk to you again soon.